gorgeous people of the interwebs. I hope you're having a fan-dabby dozy day today. Today I'm going to say a massive thank you for all of your feedback on my what shall I wear to my brother's wedding video. I really appreciate all of your thoughts and all of your comments, and they went a long way into deciding what I actually went for. So today I'm going to run through all of it. Recently I did a what shall I wear to my brother's wedding video. I'll have that linked down below, and I tried on loads of different outfits with shoes, with bags, and you guys were so awesome, I can't tell you how helpful and useful your comments were. Actually doing the exercise was helpful and useful for me as well when I was going through the edits and seeing how everything looked and whether I felt it was appropriate. There were some outfits that were absolute standout, clear winners amongst all of you gorgeous fan-dabbies. And I must admit I had to kind of agree with you on those. Some of them looked a little bit too casual, a bit too maybe casual office wear. So I'm going to go through what I wore. I'm going to go through what the lion wore as well. There's a tiny little horror story that I might start off with, and I'm going to go through makeup and jewellery as well. The outfits will be broken up into three because we had the rehearsal the day before, we had the wedding itself, and then we had the after party, which I've been told I'm not allowed to call the after party, it's the reception. We'll start with the jewellery first. I don't know why I've done it, I just had this hankering, this urge after we got back from the wedding to switch out of my white gold into my yellow gold. I don't know why. I normally switch into yellow gold for summer, didn't do it this year. But I was basically wearing my Cartier watch, my small tennis bracelet that basically lives on this wrist and it never comes off. My large tennis bracelet was on this side with my jade bangle, which never comes off. I had my white gold diamond hoops with these tiny little jade discs hanging from them. I wore my diamond encrusted double happiness with hearts instead of the sort of O's on it pendant that my stepmom had made for me and my sisters donkeys years ago, and we all wore them on the day, and that was a nice little touch. And because there was a huge Chinese element to the wedding, you're supposed to wear red for special occasions, for weddings and things like that. Red isn't really a colour for me, but it's also my year of the rabbit still. So I wore my little red thread and jade piggy bracelet. Piggy is a good companion animal, zodiac animal for the rabbit, which is lucky for me because the lion's a pig. So that was my little bit of red for the wedding, and then all my jade. For makeup, I try to keep it simple because I don't wear things like foundation and stuff like that. I very rarely wear blush because my cheeks are quite rosy as it is. So as a sort of the base, if you like, I tend to use my Guerlain Meteorites, and I have a little travel compact of these, which just makes it a lot more convenient to carry when you're traveling. For eyeshadow, I used my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Exaggerize. I kept things quite light during the day. We're using just the top two shades for a very light, simple eyeshadow look. And then when we're invited to add a bit more sparkle for the evening, I put a slick of these beautiful glittery, it's basically glitter. You put this on with your finger, you don't use it with a brush, it will go everywhere. I use my Gucci eyeliner. This is in colour 01, which is black. The mascara I used is this Benefit They're Real, which is one that I just keep going back to time and time again. And because you don't want to be worried about what your eyebrows are doing when you're up at the pulpit giving a reading, I use this Benefit 24-hour brow setting gel. This thing makes your eyebrows crunchy, but they don't move. They don't start going whoosh, which was a big part of my life until I heard from Dale that such a product existed. Thank you, Dale. You were right. It's crispy, but it's a game changer. And the lippy I wore all day long into the night is this Chanel lip ink, and this is in the colour Euphorie. I love these lip inks because the colour is really vibrant, but it's also really pretty resilient. The horror story is everything went smoothly. We got home. I started working my way through the laundry a couple of days later because it took a couple of days to get over the drive. It was 4.5 hours away. So we get home, I start going through the laundry a couple of days later, and I'm like, pretty sure I took this bra and I can't find it. I can't find it in the drawer, I couldn't find it in the bag. Couldn't find it in the washing basket. Where's that bra? Asked the line if he remembered seeing the bra. No. Within the wardrobe, with everything hanging, there was a little set of drawers, and I'd put my underwear and our belts, including my Gucci belt, in the top drawer, and when we were packing up to go, we didn't check the top drawer, so all of that was still at the hotel. Panic! Panic, panic, panic. Phoned the hotel. They said they'd look into it. Got a call back later on that day saying, "We've found your things." I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much. Please post them to me." And they said, "Yes, that'll be £15, please. That's our flat rate for returning anything that you're daft enough to leave behind." He didn't use those words, but it kind of felt like it. A few days later, all of my underwear and my Gucci belt and the Lion's belt arrived safe and sound, thankfully. Whew! The wedding was on the Saturday. We took the Friday off work. We travelled down to the hotel with the hope of being able to enjoy a quick swim in the pool or some of the spa facilities there. But the journey took an hour longer than expected, so we were basically a little bit late for the rehearsal at church. So we just had enough time to do a quick change out of our travel clothes, and I decided to wear my Phase 8 chambray denim jumpsuit. I absolutely love this. It's wide leg. It is very casual. It is very chic. It kind of looks really put together and chic, but at the same time a little bit like I could change the oil in your car for you if you needed it. And because we were keeping things casual for the rehearsal at church and then the following pub dinner, and because I wanted to wear them, I wore my new Fendi Flow sneakers. These were very, very comfortable. I actually wore these for the drive down as well. And of course I paired them with my Fendi Zucker print mini baguettes. And as a combination, I think it looked pretty good. So what did I wear for the wedding itself? Well, you guys were 100% right. It had to be one of the frocks. And this one was just the perfect one because it gave me so many options. It was light, it was floaty. I could wear my long vest top underneath it. It gave me options with the colours as well. And as it turned out, this was the perfect dress to wear on the day. And because the weather was terrible, I did wear them with my Vevea flats. We did have a little break in the rain for when the bride arrived. There was a rainbow over the church. It was all very perfect. And because I knew I'd be wearing my coat most of the time, this pink coat from John Lewis, it is an unlined wool coat. And because I knew I'd be wearing that, which matched perfectly with my Vevea flats, I didn't want to add too much other colour in terms of a handbag, so I just went with my Fendi mini baguette in the black Napa leather, which I wore crossbody with a chain strap underneath my coat. It was a perfect match. The Lion looked absolutely magnificent in his suit. He looks great in a waistcoat. This is by a brand called Mark Darcy London. I don't know much about them, but look at the colours on this. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Look at the lining. Look at the lining on this suit. So 3-piece suit, and he paired that gorgeous look with his new Vivienne Westwood shirt that he bought when we all went to meet up with the other YouTubers in London, and he wandered off doing a little bit of shopping by himself. He wanted a new white shirt and he came back with this Vivienne Westwood beauty, which looks absolutely gorgeous on him. Now, he did take a tie, but I was trying to convince him not to wear it because I think he looks better without a tie, just gorgeously chic. And then he forgot to put the tie on anyway, so he looked absolutely gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. The Lion was an usher and was given a little buttonhole, and I was given a little buttonhole which I put on my coat. We were actually staying at the hotel where the wedding breakfast and the reception and the cake cutting and all of the partying was going to happen later on in the day, so that made things really, really easy for us. When we got back to the hotel, we just went and ditched our overcoats. After the meal, I nipped upstairs to do a quick change into my M&S sequin trousers. Man, I love these trousers. They are so much fun. And I wore these with my mint velvet. This is a very, very, very dark green. I think I thought this was black when I ordered it, but it's a very, very dark green silk on the front, and then it's this kind of jersey back. But as a combination, they work beautifully together. I wore my Kurt Geiger flats with the eyes on because easy to put on. By that time, my feet were a little bit hot, a little bit swollen. I wasn't going to try and squeeze into anything. I was really glad I opted for flats throughout the whole day because otherwise I'd have been utterly crippled in the Tootsie area. These were great for doing a little boogieing in. And as the lion mentioned when he was rating my bags, I took one of my little nano baguettes and I wore this one with the outfit. And I had it crossbody on the little chain strap, and it just held my lippy, a little bit of cash, you know, a few rennies. And it gave me absolute freedom on the dance floor because I hardly felt like I was wearing it. I didn't need to take it off and put it down anywhere. I could just wear it. I could throw as many shapes as I wanted without worrying about it swinging out and smacking anyone in the face. As I said, I didn't really get the opportunity to vlog any of this. And to be honest, I really wanted to be in the moment. My brother was getting married. That was a really big deal. It was a fabulous day. My brother and my new sister looked absolutely fantastic. There were many, many tears. I made it through the reading without crying. I kept looking at them and thinking, I've got to look at them. And they're looking up at me at the pulpit and I'm like, oh, don't cry, Gwenny, don't do it. It was wonderful. I'm so glad that I just lived in the moment, but it does mean I don't have that many photos that I can share. They had a wonderful professional photographer who made all of the sort of post photos a lot of fun, and I'm tremendously excited to see how his photos turned out. I managed to capture him at the table, popped it on an Instagram story and tagged him in it straight away. Your girl just can't help herself. It was just fantastic to see my family again. It's been a couple of years since I saw them and it was just brilliant to see them in person. And we finally got to meet our little nephew. He was an absolute delight. He was gorgeous and he behaved himself really well in church. And the whole thing went so smoothly. So that's what I wore. Let me know in the comments section if you approve. Did I choose your favourite out of the outfit selection that I put together? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do show it the thumbs up love. The YouTube algorithm. She's a hungry beast. And until I see you, yes you, boop, for the next video.